Hi guys, welcome back to Food Aspire Home and Garden, and today we are going to make naan. I would suggest that you use your naan, eat it all at once one day. As you can see, it tastes, or actually from experience, it tastes better all at one day. Heating it up is not the greatest, it just doesn't taste as well the second or third day. So anyway, I have my proof of my yeast starting in this bowl. I already proofed it before, and I'm going to be adding in my butter to this. It is probably about 1/4 of a teacup placed into this bowl. That way everything can mix thoroughly all the way together. You don't have to really make sure that it's melted or anything. The yeast is actually 2 tablespoons, and then of course in like 1/4 of a cup of water just to make it start. I mixed it up a little bit. Once you have all your butter in there, you can start putting in your flour. I believe I did 5 cups of flour on this one. This is a cassava flour. It is not regular flour. It does have no gluten in it because we are going gluten free on this one. It's just better for my tummy, so that's what I usually do. I mix it all up. It's kind of like a pie crust in a way. You want to mix all your butter and that sort of a thing together. It's going to be pretty dry at this point in time. I make sure that I start getting in here with my hands and mixing the yeast water and the butter all together so it's sifted all the way through the flour. And so if you don't like mess, then you can always stick this into a food processor, would be another option. That way you don't have to get your hand messy, and you can go off and do whatever it is else that you need to get done at that point in time while it's mixing up for you. I made some yogurt. It's coconut yogurt, and I am putting in about 3 cups or so. It just depends on the day in Colorado. Honestly, that could vary on how much moisture is in the air and that sort of things. Things are tend to be drier side, and also we're working with higher elevation. I did not put any leveling stuff in here. In other words, there is no baking powder, baking soda, or any of that kind of thing in here, so we don't really need it at this point in time. I made the yogurt by hand, so it was made all from scratch here in my kitchen. I'm also putting in some salt just for a taste. You can leave that out if you want to. You can make this garlic naan if you want to. Just add some garlic powder to it, or garlic salt, and that would be good too. Or some garlic butter, that would work too for later on top. They are really quite awesome, and they taste so good. I'm adding some more butter in here for that 1/4 of a cup of butter to really get it sifted all the way through the flour, because when I was working with it, it just wasn't enough. After all this is said and done, the yogurt is going to be kind of like your moistening, or the part that actually binds the flour to make it more like a sticky consistency. I worked the flour for a very long time on this just to make sure everything is all incorporated, including when I put the yogurt in there. It's kind of like making tortillas, if you've ever made tortillas before. Cassava makes really good tortillas too. And if you wanted to make these flatter, you could use a tortilla press on this one. And in fact, it might even be better, so then it's not so thick. in there too. So here is the moisture part, which is going to be my coconut yogurt that I had made earlier, and there will be a video showing my coconut yogurt at some point in time. It will be a fast and easy video just to put out, and then that way it will go with, you know, the sog that I have made like a week or so ago, which is awesome, really awesome. Let me tell you, that is like a spicy one. Let me tell you, if you do not want a bunch of spice in it, do not put a whole bunch of that chili, that Indian chili in it. But anyway, we're talking about Naan today. So basically I'm slowly starting to incorporate it. Don't worry about your fingers, because your fingers will sift through everything. I would mix everything through the whole entire amount of flour to see if you need to add more moisture in it or not. It should actually come together like a big ball, and work it, you know, for a good 20 to 30 minutes. Really, you want to ideally make this thing come together, and then you want to split it out into little balls so that you can start to form fit your kind of oblong looking naan circles. You don't have to make them perfect. Life isn't perfect. If you want to make them perfect, by all means you can try. Working with a non-gluten dough is really quite difficult. It doesn't stick together the same, especially with cassava. If you want something that's a little bit more sticky, you might want to try some of the rice flours. That might actually be a little bit better when it comes to that stickiness, which is a grain flour, which is not paleo. That's up to you in this whole thing. So anyway, don't even roll them out. I just use my hands, and then I throw them on a non-stick iron skillet. It's a flat one, and it's my favorite one. I've been using it for a number of years. I do wash it quite frequently, but if you do wash those things, make sure that you always dry them off before you put them away, because they will rust, and then that's what destroys your cast iron skillet. Basically that's pretty much it. You know, you just want to make sure you mix it all up, and then it just depends. I just slap that piece of naan on the iron skillet, brown both sides lightly, because if you go too hard it will like burn it too, especially if the cast iron skillet has been on there for a long period of time, which you'll see here coming up. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy. I mean, you can put some more ghee on top if you want to. If you want to keep them more soft and mushy, I do use a Ziploc bag, and it's the really big one, the gallon one, I believe. It's the gallon one. I think it's the gallon one. And then put my towels over. I usually put 1 to 2 towels over the top of it. And then just keep putting more and more in the bag as they cook on both sides. That's the best way to do it, and that's how you keep them moist. Otherwise, they tend to dry out. The next day, they're not as moist as they are the first day. They're so yummy and so wonderful because they're nice and hot and sticky and gooey in the center and just yummy as heck. So, stay tuned after I get this dough all formed into those little oblong pieces, and I'll take it over and you can see about the cast iron skillet, and see how to cook them. And I basically say just enjoy them. You know, they're really yummy. Like I said before, again, I would just eat it all in one day, pretty much. So anyway, thanks for watching Food Aspire Home and Garden today. I hope you enjoy a wonderful week. Don't work too hard, although I know you will. Please inspire to do something wonderful in your life, no matter what it is, and inspire other people to do something wonderful too. Because if we keep inspiring other people, then we'll all have an enjoyous life and be more happy and all that stuff. And bread makes us happy too. So anyway, stay tuned until the end because it will show you more on how to cook this stuff. So thanks for watching again, and thank you for all of my new subscribers. I appreciate all of you, old and new. And leave a comment down below and hit that thumbs up too. So we'll see you next time on Food Aspire Home and Garden.